Hey everybody, it is Wednesday the 1st. I had a look, although I would think I would kind of remember it. Yesterday was Halloween. There hasn't been a tremendous amount of videos on the channel lately. You know, we went from just about doing things every day to sometimes more than one a day to sometimes every other day and trying to fill in gaps and everything. And I wanted to just try to connect with folks and give at least somewhat of an explanation as to why things have slowed down a little bit lately, and talk through what's coming up or what we're doing with the channel a little bit. So number one thing is that by putting so much time into the channel, and I think every single person that we meet out at the park and every single person that comments things always says, I don't know how you're able to do it. You work a full-time job, and then you also have the video stuff and shooting video and editing video and being able to get it up and stay connected and everything. And the reality is, it's become increasingly difficult to be able to do that. It doesn't mean that I'm stopping doing it. It just means that I'm saying it is difficult to do that when the workday is 10 hours or longer, and then you need a couple hours to be able to film content and a couple hours to edit stuff. You know, it leaves you with like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, and I can't keep doing that. So that's why there hasn't been as frequent amount of content, and quite honestly that's why there hasn't been a lot of or as much theme park stuff, because it just eats up a lot of time. The other thing is, when I'm doing all of the theme park things or going out and doing all these cool things, and this is super embarrassing for me to show you, so there's a reason why I'm putting this out there, so it makes me kick my own ass for getting things back to where they need to be. This is the den right now. So stuff there, stuff here, all kinds of cool stuff, but it is just stuff nonetheless, and it is like everywhere. So if you want to look at my workspace, this is the workspace right now too. So needless to say, there is a lot of cleaning to do, and this is one room. The den looks like this. My work area in the front room looks like this. Bedroom is a disaster. Like, something has to give when there's so much time consumed and not enough time to do things around. And I'm sure everyone can understand that. And that's, you know, what I think what kids always say now is like adulting, but it's not adulting, it's just real life. You know, got to take care of things here first, and I need to put these things together. All of this, hopefully by the end of maybe next week, will look like there's a floor, and we can get back to guitars and all that good stuff, because we actually bought a desk months ago for the area that's over in this area here, to be able to put all the camera equipment and stuff like that on. So there is solutions. I just need time to be able to enact on them. Alright, now the other thing that I'm going to talk about, which is probably the part where people will say Kyle is just doing a lot of bitching about stuff, for those that are not putting out content on YouTube and don't understand. As creators, when we put stuff out on YouTube, or YouTuber, instead of using the creator term, whatever term you want to use, we put things out, and you can tag things as being monetized. If you want to partner with YouTube, YouTube has a way that they sell ad time to companies to put spots on your videos, which a lot of you click skip ad, or you know, just try to ignore the ads or put ad blockers on, etc. But those ads accumulate, you know, per like 1,000 views, a certain amount of money, depending on the content and the types of advertisers that they're able to place on your channel and the success that your channel's having, end up getting you revenue. And I know you've heard me say before, you know, like a lot of these videos, for the effort that you put into them, I mean, it could take, you know, a good half a day filming sometimes and a half a day editing sometimes. You end up with, you know, maybe like $2 or $3 as a result. Sometimes you hit it big. We had a viral video that was around Halloween Horror Nights with the scare zones from a couple of years ago. That video did really well for us. I'm not going to lie. But most of the videos that get put out, at least for our channel, are not as significant as that. And on average per month, you know, you're getting a check that is basically like a 1099 as like a performer or an independent contributor to any type of service. Like if you were a contractor or things like that. And that means that you got to, you know, plan accordingly for the end of the year for your taxes, so that you can take out your, you know, like 30% of your income going to the government here. So having said all of that, there's not a lot of money to be made here in YouTube unless you become much bigger. And I think that happens, that, you know, the more videos that you put out there that people are interested in and things like that. And certainly a lot of the theme park stuff that gets put out there gets people more money. And the reason being is that, you know, you can tag on travel or tourism type ads to those types of things, and you're bringing in content, you're bringing in younger viewers. And the ads that are targeted to those audiences yield better money. So there's a reason why I think, you know, some folks are so geared towards doing theme park type stuff as opposed to doing things, you know, that are not, you know, as flashy or home-based type stuff. So be that as it may, YouTube, you know, a few months ago, I'm sure folks have heard of PewDiePie. Biggest YouTuber out there, had a couple videos that were, you know, kind of shocking to the public, or construed one way or the other, around like whether PewDiePie is like a Nazi, or he's you know, anti-Semitic, or things, you know, not a good person. And I think, you know, I'm not here to dispute whether PewDiePie is a good person or not. I'm just saying his videos caused the industry to take a pause for a minute and figure, you know, should these companies be running ads on videos that potentially don't have content that they want to be able to tag their product to. As a result, YouTube and Google started to go back to the drawing board to figure out, how can we go about ensuring that we're not putting ads on videos that shouldn't have the companies that we're reaching out to, because it's damaging the ability for YouTube or Google to partner with these larger companies that would want to place their ads on the videos. As a result, they came up with different algorithms, because it's not going to be one person sitting behind the desk that needs to figure out on a daily basis, you know, oh, here's all of the videos that came in, let me sit here and go through them all and figure out if the content's worthwhile or not. So they use algorithms based off of keywords. I'm sure that they're running like scripts through what the audio is that are in your videos, etc., that are uploaded as well. And as a result, the algorithms are not necessarily working as intended. And sometimes the content that is out there, Casey Neistat is a great example, when there was, you know, the hurricanes that had hit Puerto Rico or Houston, etc. He started to try to do, you know, fundraisers for those folks, and as a result of kind of tagging it as hurricane or things like that, it was demonetized. So what basically that means is that YouTube has decided ads should not run on this video, and ads from YouTube will not run, or through AdSense will not run on videos that are around certain disasters or wars or you know, different things, you know, colorful language, things like that. So they're very specific in saying that there shouldn't be ads on different videos. What's happened to other content creators as a result, such as myself and such as a lot of other folks that are out there that you probably watch if you're watching our stuff for like theme parks and stuff like that, I think small enough community. Same thing has happened to our videos. You know, if I think like tags like Orlando are included, or you know, it just seems to be so completely random. I can't even begin to say like what the tags may be or the titles of videos may be. But they've decided, you know, that they demonetize things, and they demonetize the ability, or by when I'm saying demonetize, it's the ability for you to be able to earn any revenue whatsoever on your videos. For smaller creators, this is really problematic, because while YouTube allows you the ability to appeal the decision to put ads on the video, and you have to click attest on a form that says I attest that this video is suitable for all audiences and for all advertisers, they will then take like a week or so to review it. The catch is that you need to have 1,000 views in the last 7 days for your video to be considered for an appeal. And the smaller channels that may only get 1,000 views on their videos altogether through the lifespan of their video or less, or, you know, if it's a slow grower, you know, initially where it's getting like, you know, 300 views the first week, etc., they're not eligible ever to get some type of an appeal. And for the small amount of money that they would get, it's not happening. And in concert with this, there's other pieces within the YouTube algorithms that have kind of been broken, for lack of a better term, such as suggested videos. You know, when our videos play and we have content like, you know, here's Halloween Horror Nights, or here's Universal Studios, or we did a video like how many Disney characters can we meet in 3 hours at Magic Kingdom. Generally speaking, that video should pop up within other videos of the same type of subject matter, to be able to either go into like an autoplay type of thing, or for on the side of the bar on your screen where it says like suggested videos, and you want to click that video to be able to see what else is out there. That's not happening for a lot of content creators at this point. So any chance for some folks to get their content viewed has been greatly diminished. And I can see the content that we've put out over the last couple of months, the view percentage is way down, and literally, and I'm saying this not as like a figurative type of speech, literally every video that we have posted over the last like month or two has been demonetized, and we've had to appeal every single video. And while it is an appeal, I'm not quite certain that the money that it would be earned, and it is said that any type, because they still run ads on your video even though they're telling you that it's demonetized, any of the ad revenue for the ads running on your video during that time period, I'm not certain that gets put back into your bank, because I'm not seeing that. Like, the revenue has dropped off, the views have dropped off, and by the way that less people are watching things, it's disheartening, and it makes, combined with the fact that there's little time to put things together, there's sometimes little reason or willpower to want to put things together. So that's kind of it in a nutshell as why there's been maybe what may be perceived as not as much content being put up there lately. It's a struggle to want to be able to continue to keep sharing, because one of the joys of being a creator is being able to share your creation with everybody and for them to enjoy it, and for the process for us should be easy enough that we've put the work into it to be able to shoot and edit and get it to folks. The administrative burden of needing to argue about whether something should be able to earn what little amount of money as possible is really difficult. And the biggest issue here is that there is no viable competition for YouTube. And I know people have commented on other videos or tweets out there about you should try Vimeo or these other sites. None of them are the juggernaut that YouTube is. That's the reality. That's it. So unless there's something that pops up, and I know Netflix is working on stuff and Amazon was working on stuff, unless any of that comes to fruition, I think you'd see some of the really smaller creators out there probably dropping off altogether, and some of the other folks maybe just slowing down a little bit. With that said, we do have plans for more content coming up over the next couple of days. I know we're off to see Thor tomorrow. I know, although like our movie type stuff never goes over shockingly well, but we are hitting parks this weekend, and then we have a little bit of surprise stuff coming up next week. So in any event, thanks for listening to me for a little bit. Just wanted to explain how things were going here, and give you a little bit of background as to what's happening with the channel, and how things are being impacted here. The best way that if anybody was ever concerned or trying to help, the more likes and the more shares and comments that you get on videos, the better things get placed in that algorithm to be suggested. So I thank you every day for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions, and I'll continue to thank you for that. You guys have been an amazing supportive audience, and I hope that you guys continue to be that same supportive audience. So on that note, I'm going to say it again because I'm going to sign off for now. Enough of me rambling. So thank you very, very much for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.